One man on me ain't sworn. I never been tooken out. I keep MCs looking out. Introducing your fuck that nigga's name. My hip hop drops on your head like rain. And when it rain, it pours up my rhymes hardcore. That's why I give you more of the raw.
I'ma give it to you with no trivia. Roll like cocaine straight from Bolivia. I'm Messiah. I set the microphone on fire.
Shame on you when you step to the old dirty bastard. Brooklyn, so shame on you when you step to the old dirty bastard. Brooklyn, so Brooklyn, so.
But we didn't know anything about the perpetrator either, and that was exactly what the right wing exploited to try to throw cold water on this. To make it seem as though, no, this is impossible, this is just made up, to try to throw cold water on this. To try to throw cold water on this. To make it seem as though, no, this is impossible, this is just made up. The left wing is using this to politicize the issue of abortion, of rape, of the brutality that the right wing is inflicting upon women and girls in this country, to try to throw cold water on this, to try to throw cold water on this. Abortion, of rape, of the brutality, to try to throw cold water on this, and girls in this country.
Okay.
Don't make it illegal and no, doesn't have to be political at all.
It's just the most absurd thing you've ever heard.
You know what politicizes abortions? Having right-wing, grifter, culture warrior Republican lawmakers get in between right-wing, grifter, culture warrior Republican lawmakers.
Okay.
Get in between right-wing, grifter, culture warrior Republican lawmakers.
Okay.
Get in between women and their doctors. Get in between
okay.
girls and their doctors. Get in between right-wing, grifter, culture warrior Republican lawmakers.
Okay.
Get in between girls and their doctors. That is what politicizes this issue. Go ahead.
This is the pro-life party.
Pro-life, right?
So they're monsters. They're absolute sick monsters. So they're monsters. They're absolute sick monsters. So they're monsters. They're absolute sick monsters. So in order to cover up, like, it didn't happen, I don't believe it. This guy goes like, it didn't happen, I don't believe it. This guy goes like, it didn't happen, I don't believe it.
Oh my God.
Were you also nervous on the sixth time? On the sixth time, oh, I didn't know what to do, and she had already started, and I suppose I reached a conclusion. And were you also nervous on the sixth time? On the sixth time, on the sixth time, oh, I didn't know what to do, and she had already started, and I suppose I reached a conclusion. And were you also nervous on the sixth time? On the sixth time, on the sixth time, my God, golly gee, I didn't know what happened on the sixth time. On the sixth time, and I still didn't know what happened on the seventh time or the eighth on the sixth time. My God, golly gee, I didn't know what happened on the sixth time. On the sixth time, but I just kept going back just to find out.
Clarence Thomas sitting there in the Supreme Court thinking about whether or not people are engaging in
oral or anal sex.
Like the disgusting creep that he is, Mr. Pubic Hair on a Coke can. Disgusting. Oral or anal sex. Oral or anal sex. Mr. Pubic Hair on a Coke can. Like the disgusting creep that he is. These people are perverts. Oral or anal sex. Disgusting. Clarence Thomas sitting there like the disgusting creep that he is, Mr. Pubic Hair on a Coke can, in the Supreme Court, thinking about
oral or anal sex.
I guarantee it.
These people are sick. They're sick. These people are sick. They're sick. These people are sick. These people are sick. They're sick. They're sick. These people are sick. These people are sick.
I guarantee it. You love women being brutalized like this.
They love it. They love it. That's why every talking point you hear out of their mouths is not about
Look at how stupid they are.
They love it. They love it. That's why every talking point you hear out of their mouths is not about ensuring that this 10-year-old girl is not victimized.
Look at how stupid they are.
They love it. They love it. By their policies, by rapists, everything they say is meant to demonize the doctor.
You love women being brutalized like this.
Stupid they are.
You love women being brutalized like this.
The doctor in Indiana that did the right thing in ending this pregnancy.
I mean, look at how stupid they are.
You know what the ideal family is? A family that showers their children, a family that consists of.
It doesn't have to consist of partners.
Right, but you know, if you do, right, but you know, if you do, as long as you guys have each other's backs, you're each other's ride or die. Like a family that showers their children, have each other's backs, ride or die. Share life's wonderful experiences together. You get through the worst experiences in life together. You know, your partner gets you through. That is what an ideal family is.
Right?
I know a lot of people say, oh no, that's outrageous. Yeah, right. Oh no, that's outrageous. Your soul, it involves your soul. No, it involves your penis and your other genitalia. Your soul, it involves your soul. No, it involves your sex, soul. Your vagina, that's what it involves. Like your elbow and your knee. Your soul, it involves your soul. No, it involves your, like your elbow and your knee. Sex, soul.
And you're sharing your soul, and God is like, God, do you approve? Can I go ahead?
Penis. Your soul, it involves your soul. No.
And you're sharing your soul, and God.
Sex. Penis.
He is funny. He's an awful person, but he's fun. Elon. Like, why does he talk like that?
Yeah.
But I love it. I love that he talks like that. Elon.
No, but he's accidentally funny. Like,
yeah, totally.
Yeah, like,
Elon. Like, why does he talk like that?
Yeah.
But I love it. I love that he talks like that. Elon. Totally.
yeah, like,
But I love it. I love that he talks like that. Elon.
no, but he's accidentally funny. Like,
Yeah, totally.
yeah, like,
I wish Trump wasn't seeking political power because Elon. He's just like a normal guy who does these rallies because he likes to be in front of a crowd. Elon. They're entertaining. He knows how to work the crowd, but I love it. I love that he talks like that. Elon.
he's accidentally funny. Like,
Yeah, totally.
yeah, like, but Donald Trump has the warrant.
And
He
don't
could- no,
worry.
hold on.
Yeah.
Has the warrant.
And
He
don't
could- no,
worry.
hold on.
Yeah.
He could just show it right now, and then we'll know what it was about. Has the warrant.
And
He
don't
could-
no,
hold on.
Yeah.
Has the warrant.
And
He
don't
could- no,
worry.
hold on.
Yeah.
Now Donald Trump says this is a travesty. It's worse than Watergate. Has the warrant.
And
He
don't
could-
and don't
no,
worry.
hold on.
Yeah.
All of his, acolytes and supporters on the internet are saying, oh, the FBI is trying to assassinate him, like lunatic stuff, right? Has the warrant.
And
He
don't
could-
and don't
no,
worry.
hold on.
Yeah, point.
If it turns out that it's nothing and they were looking for the risotto recipe, it'll be in the warrant. And then he could humiliate the FBI, and the right wing will celebrate. And
And
He
don't-
could-
and don't
no,
worry.
hold
Yeah.
on. Why isn't Trump showing the warrant?
Support the police.
And then the police raid their beloved dear leader's home to look for criminality based on a legal warrant. They're like, that's it, they found the police. They found the FBI. They found all law enforcement. That's it, they found the police. They found the FBI. They found all law enforcement. What happened? That's it, they found the police. They found the FBI. They found all law enforcement. But no. Oh, I get it. You didn't want rule of law. You just thought the police are your thugs, your security guards. That's it, they found the police. And you just wanted them to oppress others. They found the FBI. They found all law enforcement. And the minute they actually enforce the law evenly, you hate them. Like, well, I didn't sign up for this. The cops are supposed to be my thugs. I didn't sign up for this. My thugs. I didn't sign up for this. They're not supposed to give equality and justice and just apply the law. The cops are supposed to be my thugs. It's so obvious. And they're all like, oh, God. And guys, one last thing.
And this is gonna be the easiest prediction I've ever done.
But my prediction is the right wing will see this and be like,
Oh, no, that's it. It's no big deal. No big deal. Of course, you give away nuclear secrets all the time. That's the smart thing. That's the smart thing to do. You cash in on the nuclear secrets, sell out America. That's what you do. That's the smart thing to do. Plus, it wasn't him, it was Antifa. Plus, they planted it. That's the smart thing to do. Plus, they're gonna assassinate him. Plus, it's aliens and lizard people.
yeah, oh, you know what? I'm such an idiot. When I ran for Congress, I should have just done like 17 bank robberies.
Yeah.
And then be like, no, that's it. I was running for office. I was running for office. We're allowed to commit grand larceny. I was running for office. I was running for office. When you're an armed bank robbery, when you're running for office.
By the way, if I was a Republican, every one of the voters would have believed that. They were like, of course you can.
I was running for office. I was running for office. Trump has committed like half a dozen obvious crimes. They're like, great, running for office, kind of, maybe. I was running for office. I was running for office. Great, running for office, kind of, maybe. I was running for office. I was running for office. Great, running for office, kind of, maybe. There's an ad out.
We're a nation in decline. We're awful. Everything about us is terrible. Like,
I know.
yeah.
I mean, it's too much to
I mean, it's too much to
I mean, it's two parts of that, right? One is like they'll all blame the left all the time, like, yeah, you hate America. And they'll be like,
Liberals hate America.
what?
Liberals hate America.
What?
You guys crap all over again.
Now the second part of that is,
Wait, you were just president less than 2 years ago. And you were president for 4 years.
and he's like,
You see how much America sucks?
Why did you fix it? It's not like you weren't president.
I know.
Donald J. Trump has a very, very large.
If we had taken classified documents out of the White House
Then we stashed it at home.
you think we would get a subpoena 2 months ago
Then we stashed it at home.
asking us politely to hand over the documents
Then we stashed it at home.
and before the raid happens?
No, they would raid us immediately. No, they would raid us immediately.
There would be no discussion, we'd already be in prison.
No, they would raid us immediately.
Press is supposed to hold people in positions of power accountable. They're supposed to speak truth to power.
No, they would raid us immediately.
2 different kinds of people in the world.
Bitches for the elite.
And then people who actually want to,
Bitches.
people who actually want
Bitches.
a fair and honest and just society. That's the reality here. Now, what am I talking about when I say
Bitches for the elite.
Lauren Boebert happens to be one of them? Yeah, I said it.
Bitches for the elite.
Don't you have laws for reporting false crimes? You don't have that law? Oh, so we could just say, hey, you know, the sheriff in that town or the local head of the police, he murdered his wife, go get him. You don't have that law? Oh, so what? I'm just, you don't have any laws. You don't have that law? Of course you have a law. You could use that law. You just don't want to do it. Instead, hey, you have a lot of laws where you're oppressing her. You don't have that law? Oh, so what? I'm just, hey, you have a lot of laws where you're oppressing her. Just, you've got a lot of time to oppress her. Just, you're helping the crime. Wake up. You don't have that law? And do something about it before somebody gets hurt. Just, wake up.
Women really need to control their emotions. And
Here's how I propose they do it.
Women really need to control their emotions.
So,
Women really need to control their emotions.
he starts by talking about,
Women really need to control their emotions.
listen, there are some differences between men and women, okay? It's important for us to make sure we raise good boys so they don't turn into
Rapists and control their emotions?
Listen, there are some differences between men and women, okay?
Women really need to control their emotions?
They've got those emotions and we gotta control that, okay?
So, why, like, who cares? If they're two adults, who cares? And by the way, if the women he's dating know that he has a history of dumping women before they turn 25, you know what's gonna happen, right? So start squirreling some of those resources away while you're with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking out for you too, ladies.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if that's the best way to look at it. All right,
You know
so
what I'm saying?
I might have some surprising views here. But first, Camila Morone and him apparently broke up.
Yeah.
Who's Camila Morone? I have no idea.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
apparently she turned 25, so it's time to go. He really does break up with her at the age of 25. At least according to these folks who have tracked it. I'm not personally tracking it myself.
She's the, okay, so Morone is now the fourth woman to stop dating DiCaprio after her 25th birthday, as the Oscar winner's age continues to rise like water on the Titanic.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
LA Times, Christy Cara's super salty over at the LA Times.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Anyway, so this story also forced me to look up all of his girlfriends because they were listed.
Forced you.
It forced me. There was nothing I could do because you know why? I'm a newsman. So I had to look up the news. It turns out, yeah, they're shockingly attractive. Who could have figured? Because you know why? I'm a newsman, so I had to look up the news. But all right, so now to the core of the story.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, so were the women gorgeous? Yes.
You know what I'm
Are
saying?
25-year-olds more attractive than older women?
Let's not continue that sentence. How about we move on?
No, hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
No, not moving on.
No, hold on. No. Look, I wouldn't do what Leo was doing, even though obviously I could if I wanted. Because you know why? I'm a newsman, so I have to look up the news. Are you really having that deep connection with them? And maybe for some of them, the answer might be yes. But I can't imagine the answer is yes for all of them.
I can definitely imagine having a very deep connection with Leonardo DiCaprio. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Even if I were 25. Younger than 25. Very, very deep connection.
You know what I'm
Let's put the
saying?
B-roll back up again. B-roll. Let's look at the B-roll, everybody. No, just kidding. Except I'm not. If you
You know
want to
what
put the
I'm
B-roll up, I mean, I'm not going to stop you. But anyway.
I think we need a poll. Sorry,
sure
let
you
me
do
word
think
that
that.
differently. I'm gonna deny your airdrop request. Don't send me any polls. But we should set up a poll and find out. Now, this would of course have to be for consensual ones. I'm not interested in, like, I don't think people are like getting hot and bothered over like, oh God. But like, have you ever wanted it to be sent to you? It was sent to you and it did something. I think it's more than you think.
Okay.
And I'm talking about, I guess in this case, you want to talk about women.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about women specifically.
I think
Joe Rogan with all his fake talk about.
Oh yeah, no. It's a lot of times I'm on the left. Oh yeah, abortion. I'm worried about abortion. Oh yeah.
The Republican. Oh, okay, that's it. The Republican.
So Anna's absolutely right. Half of what Rogan and Aaron Rodgers are saying is not controversial. It's interesting. It's a topic that should be debated, right? When should we have done the lockdowns? What should we have done?
The Republican.
I don't know that I would have shut down the schools. And so that's a super interesting question and one that could really be debated. All the outdoor stuff was nonsense, and we knew fairly early on that it was nonsense, and we said on the show that it was nonsense. I talked about how people are wearing masks, they're like 100 feet away from you, and then I told the story how somebody yelled at me, I'm like,
We're outside, and we're nowhere near each other, and you're wearing a mask.
this is not a thing, that's not science. No scientist actually says that you could catch COVID in this circumstance, right?
So facts matter. The Republican.
And one side went ballistic. Even to this day, a lot of people are still wearing masks in ridiculous situations. I see people wearing masks inside their own car, driving by themselves. I love you guys, but what are you doing? That's not science.
So facts matter. The Republican.
You can never be too safe.
Well, no, actually you can. It's absurd.
Yeah, it is.
So on the other hand, Rogan and Aaron Rodgers totally wrong about.
I was like, no big deal, man. Yeah, government. They should shut down the restaurants and the businesses for no reason.
What are you talking about? No reason. I mean, that's the framing that they give it, right? No, millions of people died from COVID. It was very real. It was very dangerous. There was good reason to shut down some things, like offices were spread like crazy. A movie theater were spread like crazy. So saying that we shouldn't have taken any precautions
is totally nuts,
so they're dead wrong, okay?
So they're dead wrong.
This is my issue with the Rogans of the world.
Now, Cenk, as you know, Donald Trump had warning. Now, Cenk, as you know, Donald Trump had warning 2 months prior to the raid happening, where they're like, now, Cenk, as you know, Donald Trump had warning. Yo, can we get those classified documents? We know you have them. He wouldn't comply, and the raid happened. And yo, can we get those classified documents? We know you have them. Yo, Cenk, as you know, it was nothing like what typical raids are like. Yo, Cenk, as you know,
Well, look, I know that video was really harrowing.
Yo.
But I just couldn't wait for them to take off their shoes. And they never did. It was
They never
weird.
did. They never did.
Yeah, and so, but this is classic entitlement. And Trump is a classic example of it. He's like,
Oh, the FBI comes busting in.
Now, Cenk, as you know, Donald Trump had warning.
Oh, the FBI comes busting in.
Now, Cenk, as you know, Donald Trump had warning.
Oh, the FBI comes busting in.
and you were clearly hiding documents when you told them you weren't. They asked pretty please 1,000 times. Then they finally come in, and you're worried they didn't take their shoes off?
Now, Cenk, as you know, Donald Trump had warning.
Oh, the FBI comes busting in.
Now, Cenk, as you know,
Oh, the FBI comes busting in.
And you're worried they didn't take their shoes off?
Yo. He did what he always does.
Cry.
Which one is it? Is it, oh, these Venezuelan asylum seekers are victims because they're
Living under the rule of an evil dictator?
and they need help, right? Right?
Living under the rule of an evil dictator?
Or are these people who are coming into the country and they need help, right? Right?
Living under the rule of an evil dictator?
Or are these people who are coming into the country illegally? Are these people who are dangerous?
Dangerous.
And they need help, right? Right?
Are these people who are dangerous living under the rule of an evil dictator?
I mean, you're part of the right wing, right? So, line of thinking clearly is migrants must be bad news. Migrants must be bad news. Except for the Cuban migrants.
Dangerous.
Migrants must be bad news. Migrants must be bad news.
Living under the rule of an evil dictator?
You have all of these people who are suffering, who get used as political pawns, and just essentially are
dehumanized.
As if they're just objects to use in their little political theater that they engage in, day out on news.
On the Senate floor, on the House floor, it's disgusting.
And the people who lose at the end of the day are all of us. Because there's never any solution from the federal government on many issues, including immigration.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Are these people who are dangerous?
I mean, dildo
is a dildo. Is a dildo.
Dildo
is a dildo.
I mean, in this case, literally is a dildo.
Literally is a dildo.
Dildo.
The guy's a dildo now.
But if they really want to maximize the opportunity here by expanding the line of dildo
is a dildo.
Items offered to the people, they could maybe even come up with like
a double donger.
Dildo
is a dildo.
A double donger. Why not? Love for both parties. Now the dildo doesn't jive. I'm gonna see the dildo. The dildo comes in the color ice, like McConnell's soul.
Double donger. Why not?
You do that because you're possessed by demons.
Is this baby?
possessed because you're possessed by demons.
Demonic?
Oh, God.
Whatever it is.
And bombs. Right? Yeah.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Pops.
Yeah.
It's demonic?
Because you're possessed by demons.
So the schmucks are like, I don't know, what should we do? Should we run? No, we should do this. I was like, I don't know, what should we do? Should we run or should we cower? No, we should do this. I was like, I don't know, what should we do? Should we run or should we cower? Those are not your only two options. But since you think it is, then you're gonna lose. And that's where we are today. But that guy sees the unhinged right-winger yell, there's only two genders. There's only two genders. There's only two genders. There's only two genders. But they know him well enough to be scared of him. And Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro, bitches through and through. The minute Trump runs, they're like, oh yes sir, yes, of course he's wrong to sanctimonious. Of course he is, we hate him, we hate him, anything you want Donald, anything. Bitches through and through. Trump started winning, he's like, I love Trump. I think he has nice buttocks, he's really fit, Trump, I love him, right?
I love Trump.
Trump, I love him, right? Because they're bitches through and through. Weak. They're very, very weak people. They will not oppose Trump if they think they're going to lose their audience, and their audience loves Trump.
I love Trump.
Trump, I love him, right? Because they're bitches through and through.
All right.
So you invite, and then Nick Fuentes is a Nazi. So you invited a couple of Nazis on your show. Tim, when you do that, you're supposed to rip their face off.
And he looked genuinely surprised and hurt that Kanye was leaving.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, he said, oh no, my star, the one that's giving me all this attention is leaving. Oh, what if the money leaves with him? Oh my God.
No.
Rip their face off. Oh, you bitch.
100%.
Get man off. No. Do a real goddamn interview, you loser.
Dumb. Kanye is dumb. Kanye is dumb.
Okay, get it through your thick skull, Kanye. Everyone around you is an ass kisser who's looking to rob you of your money because they think this is the dumbest guy in America. It's so easy to take money from him, and none of them are Jewish. It's all your best friends that are probably robbing you blind because they think this guy's so stupid. He doesn't understand numbers. Go ahead, be more anti-Semitic. Coward, you loser, you idiot.
Kanye is dumb.
What? My nigga? Shame with you. Shame with you when you stepped up too. Shame with you when you stepped up too. Shame with you when you stepped up too. The old dirty bastard, Brooklyn. So shame on you when you stepped up too. The old dirty bastard, Brooklyn. So what, my nigga?